crink in my neck because I laid on it weird, and I'm getting old. But here we are. Just Doodling DreeBot. Okay. So one of the things I was thinking of doing, make a little chalkboard over here. So if you don't know, DreeBot is a little mascot for a company called DreeBot. It's like a server hosting company. It looks sort of like this. That's what we're referencing here. And yeah, it's just a cute little robot dude, but I'm trying to give him a little bit more personality, a little bit more story to work with. I'm trying to understand his shape and design, because I've just got a logo I'm working from, nothing super fancy here, but so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to doodle little DreeBot boy. Okay. So essentially he's a circle. It's just a big old circle. And I'm going to throw, so his legs are throwing me off a little bit because I'm trying to make them functional, but also make sense, kind of, like, if that, to like, or to represent the logo properly. So this is supposed to be like his thumb back here. And I'm trying to retain a few things, like it's supposed to be cute. I want it to have a dome head and have this big like screen thing. Screen slash cam. It's supposed to be like a little camcorder in the front, but it's kind of turned into his face, so you need a way to express his emote. So it's kind of now a little camera. So what I'm over here doing is I want to show him in space. So we're gonna invert it, and one of the things that he does is I want him to kind of like glow like Buzz Lightyear a little bit, if that makes sense. So like this whole part should be bright. And don't make fun of my coloring skills. I'm a very good colorer. I'm also in the Discord right now, so if you want to join, feel free. It's join.dreebot.com. I'll probably see your messages there first. This little antenna thing is going to be a glowy part 2. But we don't want to make the screen show up. Just want to allude to it. So the screen is supposed to still be dark as well. But it's weird when you're working with luminosity because it glows. It's like reversed shadows. So you don't have the same stuff you can work with as much. I want to give him like 3 fingers, almost like elephant, like toes, in a weird way. 3 fingers on the outside and 1 thumb, essentially, is kind of what I've been trying to set up. Probably won't even see that. To erase, I just go to black. See, I'm trying to draw this up, but it's like probably gonna be hidden back here. So you won't really see much. And I'm trying to mask the toes with like panel lining. So it's supposed to look sort of like that. I want to try to pull reference from like Eve from Wall-E. I think that's a good look to work from. And this can like change colors and stuff, is what I'm thinking. And that can show emotion too. He can also have a face. I don't mind having this a face. It's a little weird because this is supposed to also be like an eye. Like just one big eyeball. So you'd lose a lot under him. Just kind of do that. Just do a little breakup right here. Because while it's still opaque, it doesn't necessarily mean you can see through it. Or it's not opaque, it's transparent. So what it means is that you can see through it a little bit, but like this is supposed to be sort of like a realm that you can exist in. He's just a little voyager, collecting and creating realms in the multiverse. Just like that. So I haven't added much animation to him yet because I'm still working on the kind of like propulsion look. But I definitely like this look right here. These like the toes like pointing in almost. It's like if you had a character and if you want to draw something cute, just do big eyes and move the mouth as far up as possible. Basically, you can get just above the middle there. You can draw something cute, just like that. And the smaller the extremities, the cuter it's gonna be. Almost reminds me of the Spirited Away creatures. Little cat. Cat might join us. It's over there. He lost interest. Yeah, I like how the toes point in, or the thumb. This is actually gonna be like its thumb, because what I want to do is kind of like if this were to be manufactured, I give him like 3 digits to work with. So if I were to like animate this at some point, it's almost like a dinosaur. I want to hinge right there. See if we can hinge one of the fingies down. And then I'm gonna just erase this finger. So it would show a little bit like that, like we'd have to see some of the interior there, which is okay. You do lose a little bit of that cuteness factor when that happens. And I'm not saying it should be as pointy as this, but that's kind of like the gist. It's hard because like you have, this is my center. And it's gonna hinge down. But I definitely want that to be a little bit more tight. And for anybody who's interested in concept art, this is basically it. it's not about drawing good, like, necessarily like final renders. Just about getting the job done. So that pushes down, that pushes over. And then you've got this kind of weird grippy hand shape left over. It's almost like if we were to look at it front view without the fingers, you have like 1, 2, and then 3 digits there.
Didn't it talk about?
Then we can go up here. Like I want smooth shapes so that we don't have any of these triangles. And that's gonna help with that cuteness factor that I'm going for. So, even though it's a robot, it's fairly strict. Or it's fairly, well, stiff and metallic. I still want to make sure that it has some mobility and also roundness. So I'm gonna just, this is gonna be like as if the thumb were facing down, and we're just gonna build the front of this module here. So like, that's like that, but without the fingers. Or toes. I don't mind that. That's not a bad look for the front. I don't know how these joints connect. That can be some magic, right? So what if I did in like an oval shape, like this? Let's go bigger. Not that bigger. By the way, it took me like a half hour to like backwards compatible or make like Photoshop work with my tablet. It took way too long. It made me very upset. So I'm thinking that like it almost goes in a little bit, and then we can have these like pockets.
When you're
These like cable pockets. Those just go back into the device. And then these are kind of grippy. See, a better artist would switch to a brush that auto does this for you. I'm not a better artist. I'm a rusty artist. I do want to retain that kind of like curvature. I do like this look. And then finger number 1. Should definitely be like this. have some shape we're working with. So this is on the inside. Try to dot this out because you're not actually supposed to see these lines right here. This is all like theoretically on this side. I did just finish Food Wars. That was a cute anime. The 5th season's just like filler, I think, but overall, very good anime. I thoroughly enjoyed. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the shapeage. And again, this is all like in there. I must have sat like that for way too long. Oh, the joys of getting older. So I do want to like blend this. So this should be about the same shape. Because this and this connect. And that can float over. So we're definitely going to have a seam up here. That's just where the joints are going to go. And the actual fingers don't need too much mobility. We can cheat with that in design. Because again, this isn't like being manufactured, so I don't really care. And if it does, well, that's for the engineers to figure out. Don't want it to concave in because then there will be a gap there. So I kind of need this to go bulbous out this way. And the pinky will be like that. And let's erase this. Some dashes. Erase this line. Trying to allude that the other side like would mesh in with this. Because this side is not dark anymore. This is also going to be a okay, so we have 3 fairly smooth angles here that we're working with. Got much lighter handed on that last one. No, that is not Mountain Dew. That is Mio. Water. They're like energy drink things. You throw them in. It's basically Mountain Dew, but without all the sugar. I say that with a question mark. I think Mio's half sugar. If it isn't, then that's cool. Not that I care. And then this is the part that like touches the body. The thumb over there, I don't entirely understand yet. So let's do this. I think I'm going to have it connect like that to make my 3D brain really upset. This is going to be further away than this. This is going to have an overhang, so that'll be like a knuckle almost. So that'll be over here, and then this will be down here. but because I want to keep those angles, it's like designing a car almost. Never give myself enough room. There needs to be a hotkey to clear my marquee. I do like this shape. I want to smooth this out a little bit more. Bring this in. I can do something like that maybe. I don't want to break this line. Normally I would. I really like that, but I want to make sure that this is a very simple shape. I want to keep it very simple. So that when it like leans in like this connects just like that. And this might even overlap a little bit. Just like that. See, like, so I can retain that shape. And this might even go in. Just like that. Just a little bit, like a hair. Get rid of that line. This is more just to show. This is going to be like perfectly machined, so you would never see the other finger from this side angle. It's this thumb that's killing me. I mean, DreeBot actually doesn't have much of a spacer there, so this could actually just be like super hidden behind here. It could just be something like this. I don't want it inward. I like that. I want this to be inward. Because it does come down and go like that. But it does go inward actually more than I thought. Honestly, I just need the little bit of a nib here to square this out. So the thumb doesn't even need to be all that visible. It can just be like that essentially. And then when he needs it, he'll just pull it out. It'll like extract from itself. Like there's like a container or something here. But I really like this shape. This is a good shape. Oop. So this side view of the thumb is going to go something like this. So I want it a little chunkier, just to give him some mobility. But also have control, so... I basically just drew an upside down egg, yes. That is me. Let's say comma. Yes. DreeBot's thumb toe thing is Saitama's head. Or an egg for Easter. Okay, so and then you can connect in somewhere in here. I do want like booster jets almost coming out of its hand. And this is me not knowing anything about rocket technology. I mean, I've launched rockets, but like not like useful. So I'm just gonna pretend that this is how this works. We're just gonna give it a little funnel and connect it to the main body, and that's where the magic happens. And this is just propellant, but this part's gonna be empty. Okay. Thumb. Fingies. Because you know what those arrows mean. You see how high this goes up? Yeah. And then this definitely gives that triangle shape that I was originally going for. I don't want him to have those like kind of fingers though. That's weird. Problem is like, okay, so now I have a better comprehension of, there we go. So because I've drawn them out a little bit more, they're just triangles. So you basically want to do an oval and then triangulate that oval outward. Oh my god, I just made Kirby. That's who I did. There, now it's not Kirby anymore. Yes, I am essentially making Kirby. Like a robotic version of Kirby. Basically, the design is if Kirby ate Portal. Yeah, like Kirby ate a Portal robot, or a core to Portal. Look. No, DreeBot is definitely empty-headed. Nothing going on in there. That's why you gotta tell him to do stuff. But yeah, his mechanics, I think, will all be squished into his core down here. I don't know how I'm going to do that though. It's not yet. We have like a laser beam that like points up to this thing. And then like that's why it's like pointed like that. Hey, Kirby's also got arms, so it's not Kirby. Can't say that. Okay, so I know this because this is what Kirby looks like. It's got rounder arms. Yeah. Just like that. Also, Kirby's got big feet. And you know what we say about big feet. A big heart. We might even have a developer to join us. That'd be incredible. Look how cute he is. It's pretty adorable. Brought to you by Game Direction and DreeBot. Because I can't get real sponsors myself. Okay, I'm spending far too much time on this Kirby. And I'm slowly ruining him. He's turning into a blobby mess. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I don't know if it's this brush. Yeah, I know. Blame the tools. That's what good artists do. See, if you blame the tools, you're never at fault. I just got a bunch of art books. Very excited to look at those. There we go. Okay, I'm satisfied. Then I'm going to draw a little portal boy. What does Wheatley look like? Ah, there we go. Do I have a picture of Wheatley on my desktop? Absolutely. Who doesn't? So his like eye is actually pretty small compared to the overall circle that we're looking at here. Yeah, how do you draw Wheatley? What does Wheatley look like? It's the better question. So he's got this big old panel here, and then he kind of goes down like that, right? And then he's got these like weird little handle knobs. Do they have 4 of them? because they have like 2 up here and then like 2 down here. Just like that. We can pretend I know what I'm doing. See, I want to say they do, but I don't think they do. They do have a big circle over here, though. And then there's a bunch of tech in there. So we're going to just put a fan. Because I don't want to draw tech. Old aperture fan in there. And then darken it to hide it. So I don't actually have to be responsible for drawing. And he has like, so there's the outer circle. It's gonna be a pain to draw. So I know I didn't size this properly. And then he has like an eyelid, which is really smart. That was like good design on their part. I'm not recording, so just freeze up my RAM. Make it a brush that actually, there we go. No, I don't want pressure opacity. Pressure opacity, flow, pressure size. There we go. That's the one. Anything you want to make look cool, just give it a nice thick outline. It'll give like a layer of professionalism without actually having to do much work. That's all you have to do. And that's what we all want. Less work. Just like that. So we have that plus that. Is that how you do a live stream on Twitch? I always forget. Bot commands. It's Twitch TV. That's what I was doing wrong there.
Hello. Wait a minute. This not DreeBot, this Kirby. Where's the portal? Space. I want to go to space.
Oh, hello. I can't hear you. I don't know how
Oh,
long
well.
you've been here.
I've been here forever. Why do you ask?
Oh god, I hate this.
Can you hear me at all?
This is probably not you. This is probably me. I see you lighting up.
Yeah. Boop. Boop,
How
boop.
does one do this? Does that work? Can I hear you?
Hello?
Oh, I can hear you. Neato.
Hello. Yeah, I've been here for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So the fun game of driver control. Whenever I open OBS, OBS is like, "Hey, I'm gonna use my drivers or audio drivers."
Oh, so you haven't heard anything I've said this whole time?
No. I don't even know if the live stream has picked it up. Maybe it has.
Oh, so you really haven't heard the whole thing about like we're gonna drop Discord, drop the whole gaming thing, and we're gonna refocus our company to be a musical act?
Awesome. Okay.
Did you not hear that bit?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
And who's
You'll be
funding
playing the
this?
kazoo.
I'm totally okay with the kazoo. That is the amount of notes that I can handle.
Excellent.
I am not here to impress. I am here to shamelessly promote. And if the kazoo shamelessly promotes, then I will shamelessly promote. I hope you enjoyed my tangent about Portal and Kirby and DreeBot.
I wouldn't know. I literally just got here.
Oh,
like
okay.
you probably noticed within 60 seconds when I was on. Long enough to show up and be like, wait a minute, that's not DreeBot, that's Kirby. And the space to the what do they call it? Space Core.
Yeah. I
Hey,
realized
it's not
that
to space.
DreeBot is
And then
just
you popped in. So like that was it.
Okay, that's good.
And to be clear, no, there is no kazoo in our company's future.
Oh, shame.
I am pretty sure that is considered a war crime. We're not at war, but if we were, it would be a war crime.
I mean, someone's at war.
Right. So I would need to go like sign up with the military of someone who's at war.
Hey, if they need
Enter
a drummer
combat
boy, they might
and
need
play a
kazoo.
kazoo. Yeah, play a kazoo in front of prisoners at war and call it torture or something. I do not know.
I'd be on front lines with my kazoo. Blast
Suffice to say, the kazoo is not in our company's future. Great, we have a kazoo.
There.
All right, this is canon now. DreeBot has a built-in kazoo.
There's a kazoo in there. It's in the little pocket back here.
He can create multiverses, observe different realities, and play the kazoo.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, so the reason I've been doodling this is mostly because it's fun, but also because I'm trying to have a way to describe our updates as if we're building a bot, which we are building a bot, but we're just not literally building a bot. But
yeah,
I'm weird, and
But we're gonna say we are.
Yeah, I like to visualize things. So what would make actually a really cool segue for the alpha is that, or the explanation of the alpha, is that we're building a bot, and the alpha is just the bot being built. That is the test phase of the bot learning its first steps. Beta is when we push it out and say, hey, go actually walk. See if you can actually walk. And right now we're installing all the modules to make DreeBot work like DreeBot should. DreeBot does not work the way DreeBot should right now. And that's just because...
I mean, getting there. Yeah. Getting there.
The core is built.
We can generate new realities in the multiverse. It doesn't have all the features we'd like, but we can generate those realities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We just need to add a voice box and a few other little components. So I was gonna draft up a little like schematic of DreeBot and then show like little modules and what we're building. And as we build them,
I'm picturing one of the Portal artworks with like the micro black hole grenades.
What? Micro? What?
Yeah, pop up to Google for a minute. I'm not at my computer at the second. Pop up to Google, go look for Portal gun schematic. Black hole. Look for pictures. Yeah, that one. Either one of those blown apart ones.
Yeah, I was
the blue ones. Yeah. But if you pop that open and look in there, oh yeah, how do you black hole for the portal gun?
Did I get one that's not?
Say that's actually not the right one. There's one that has like a couple pins stuck in it. Oh, maybe it's that one.
This one?
No, not that. To the right, with left. Yeah, no. I don't know.
I know this is their art style that they usually go with. This like.
Yeah. So there was one at one point. You know the World War II stick grenades? Remember those? I mean, not familiar, but have you seen them?
Sticker what?
Stick? Grenade.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
They look like that. It was literally a couple of those stuck in, like, miniature. Oh, right there! Number 2!
Yeah.
Miniature German, surplus German stick grenades. Right there.
2. Oh, yeah, they're literally, it says that right there.
Yeah, like random stuff like that. I thought they said black hole on the stick grenades. I must be confusing the two pictures. My apologies. But yeah, like that's kind of what I'm picturing. Like I'm thinking, like you know, DreeBot's got some stick grenades. Why not? Yeah, but you know, we're gonna use Soviet equipment, not German. Yeah.
Is the kazoo Soviet?
A Soviet kazoo. That's right. Built from concrete. A Soviet brutalist kazoo.
Oh, beautiful. Soviet national anthem as a kazoo.
Oh boy. I can't hear anything if you're streaming something. It's not coming through.
It's better that way.
Okay, that's fine.
But this is beautiful, and I might need to adapt this, and this will be the theme song of DreeBot, is the kazoo.
Alright, as CEO, I'm gonna put my foot down. DreeBot does not have a theme song played on kazoo.
I don't know. There's only 2 of us, we would need a third to rule that one.
Alright, okay. Hold up! I want to make this a thing! Oh. It's button. James. No, get rid of that. Get rid of that message. Get rid of that.
Why are you sabotaging?
Alright, so, are you actually live streaming right now? Or is it just us? What's that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So, like, anything I say here could be public and revealed to anybody, anywhere. Yes?
Forever and always.
Alright. So, for anyone listening, decades in the future, when DreeBot is successful, and you're coming back to look at the entertaining early days, I have just sent a message to the third co-founder asking him to please help settle a very important company direction issue. He has no idea that we have been discussing kazoos. Does DreeBot need a theme song performed on a kazoo? There we go. Oh, I see. Yeah, I got there. The national anthems. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. This is what our internal company chats have devolved to. Oh, bodes well for the company, I swear. Now, before I get too carried away, I should probably fly by the marketing guy. This is kind of what I envision for our regular, I don't want to say company chats, but our live sessions, where we just kind of come online and talk DreeBot for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I expect... What's that? And watch you doodle. Yeah. And watch me code. And watch James do paperwork. Poor guy. Yeah, that is something that I do like about certain other companies that have put together their live sessions. It's kind of a open door into the company. Did we announce that we're live in general or anything?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I just
hopped
went
in
live because I
cool.
had one of those artist inspirational moments where I was like, oh, I want to create something, and then I spent a half hour trying to figure out how to get the thing to make it so I can create things, because gosh, Photoshop and Adobe and
so it's kind of like a dog that just decides it's going to start running around zooming. Hey, the zoomies.
A little bit, but then the dog is
but then mixed with computers.
That it's in a car.
Right. Okay.
And it's very annoyed that it can't do the zoomies because you're driving and it just wants to go, and the windows can't come down. But I did figure it out. It just, that was irritatingly more complicated than it needed to be. This is a tool for artists. If this was a weird alpha release thing that I was just trying out, I get it. I don't understand. But this is a released product on a commercially released software on a commercially released operating system. Can anybody talk to each other and actually make a product that doesn't fucking hate each other?
No.
Absolutely not, apparently.
Yeah. Does DreeBot have ears now?
No.
What's with the little bumpy?
A little bumpy.
What's with the bumpy?
Oh, it's got the antenna. That's how he signals to...
And I'm not saying this is wrong, alright? Right?
Absolutely.
You figured not wrong.
It's an abstract...
I always kind of envisioned DreeBot as being this sphere where the bot stuff was all in the bottom half, and the top half, literally just flat across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot more kind of what you have in that space drawing.
Yeah,
cute
no,
face.
that's what like right here is like.
Yeah, yeah, like it's literally just like the top hemisphere is all just world inside,
Well, that's what
and as
the
it generates
in the
multiverses.
logo this represents. Like that's why there's this big white
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
top part is because that's supposed to be like the glass, and then
yeah. Okay,
the screen or the like his eye
right. But
is
then
supposed to
now,
be
like,
right
you
in the
flip
front.
back to the drawing you got going now.
Yeah.
You got right underneath the word dome there. Like, it's like you got ears.
Dome ears.
Now, left, okay, right, up, down, sideways. Now rotate your mouse 380 degrees.
I mean.
Okay, right there.
I can do that with the pen.
Right, you have a pen. So like that line that bisects the two hemispheres.
Oh, these.
Yeah, it's up. It's not right on the horizon. It's up.
Mm-hmm.
It looks to me. It looks like he's got ears, and I'm not saying it's wrong again, but yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
different.
I was just doing.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I was just doing like a whatchamacallit, smoother, because like if it just goes straight across, it's a little bit too stiff. This would have a different front profile because this would go down, and that's what I was kind of trying to figure out what looks better, because technically the logo follows the ear shape more. This like ear design.
Which I kind of just attributed that to like it's a stylized rendition of DreeBot. Kind of like the antenna, which I always picture to be right on top of its head, straight upward, and now it's doing like the Mickey Mouse ear thing.
Yeah, right there.
It's like the antenna just goes anywhere. It's
I was
fine.
thinking that there's like a little laser that like the antenna is actually like a focal beam, and like the laser shoots at this and then like beams out, and then that's how it communicates.
All right, pew pew radio.
It's not actually like an antenna, like a metal antenna. It's more like a screen or
It's an antenna like the Death Star has an antenna.
Yeah.
Okay. By which we mean completely not an antenna.
But it
antennas
information, I guess.
It antennas information? Is that what you said?
Absolutely. That is a
all right. So DreeBot antennas information, and Alex English is good.
Why did we decide on a circle?
I know there was discussion about it.
I mean, I could answer that artistically, and that's because circles fit into squares very well. But I hate drawing circles, and I didn't think about this.
I think it's partly that circles fit into squares. That's a good point. Again, going back to like my original thinkings of
the dome.
Yeah. The dome DreeBot worldy thingy. I don't want to call it DreeBot that I was thinking of originally because I didn't really have a full idea in my head, right? We have an actual artist to do the concept arts. Like, please don't have the software guy do concepts. That's bad. But I digress. Yeah, like, I favor simple geometries. Like, if I have to actually do a design of something, everything is going to be a multiple of something else. Like, I'll say this line is, 1 unit wide, which means this circle is 12 units diameter and a thickness of 1 unit. And that's how I do my art. I would definitely
illustratory. Like, if I were to jump into Illustrator, that's kind of like how I work.
Okay.
Illustrator's not as good for doodling, though.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, I like mathematical precision of it. Right? Like one of my favorite quotes, my favorite lines, parts, whatever, from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Right? And you're familiar with it a little bit, right? Like there's the monoliths.
Yeah.
Right? And the monolith dimensions are 1 to 4 to 9. Okay? They are 1 unit thick, they're 4 units wide, they are 9 units tall. And there's a line where the main character actually fully understands what's going on and how perfect, how necessary that they have those dimensions. And how naive for humans to think that they stopped at 3 dimensions. Of course it's gonna go further. And it's gonna be 25 times as, or 16 times as long in some other dimension, and 25 times longer in the next dimension. Right? Because, spoilers for anybody concerned about a... Oh boy, that's 50 years old at this point. Ugh, I'm getting old.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, spoilers. The monoliths are actually teleporters of sorts. They are interdimensional manifestations.
That is a cat.
What?
There is a cat that has
There's a cat
teleported into existence on my screen. I can work with this though.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's just a cat button screen. God, this cat.
But yeah, like that's one of my favorite bits is the how perfect, how necessary to have that pattern. And I think about that whenever I'm, laying out something. I want perfect multiples of things because it's perfect.
So what's funny about that is when doodling this guy, I am also thinking of like perfects, but in different ways. So like one of the, and this is actually my background in 3D. This is why a lot of the design choices I have are very like 3-dimensional, but like this line couples with this line, but this is all one smooth oval, and then this back here is one smooth oval from this angle. But if you look at the side, this technically, I'm trying to like render this in such a way that this also will be a smooth angle, so that there is never a harsh like pointy edge. It will always have like a curve that touches something. So
Eve, not Wally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, like while the character follows Wally's kind of like brain, it would be like packaged in the body of Eve.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Like if I'm designing, thinking something, like I'll tend to design something more Wall-E style because I like those nice, sharp, crisp edges. Because that's how you get the perfect dimensions, right? You get it is a straight block all the way to this perfect 90-degree corner. There's a reason I play Minecraft. I want my world in cubes. Oh, Minecraft bugs me. It's got so many curves and like, there should be a block here, but there shouldn't be a block there, and now you got like the half blocks and the stairs that you can use to kind of cheat your way. They're never quite perfect.
And there's something about Eve that has like a really nice like the thing that Disney does really well is that they have really good characters. Like you can make expression. That's it. They do a great job at expressive characters, and they've done a great job at making expressive robots. Even the like new
Yeah.
little, like AI robot that they just released or announced, that's like it uses an AI to observe the world. Like that thing is really animated. Like while it's still like a Boston Dynamics robot essentially, it does have personality. And even the Boston Dynamics robots kind of have personality, but like they are very much more you in the sense that they're like, let's make a functionality first, and then, oh hey, this kind of looks like a dog. Let's lean into that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and to be fair, that is literally
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Boston Dynamics game is they do the dynamics. The dynamics in the robot is things like the leg mechanism. Like I remember one of their really early ones was a single leg with kind of like this dome framework on top of it. And it was actually just stuck on like a bar, an arm coming around a pivot point, and it would just hop around a circle. Because they were trying to figure out the mechanisms that would let a robot hop efficiently. And that leg turned into, I think, Spot. But yeah, the dynamics, the motion part that's what Boston Dynamics does.
Yeah. But they don't ever,
yeah.
like, they are not designing it to look cute, and that's where Disney comes in really well, and they like make it look cute.
Oh, it always
make it
has.
look human, and that's actually I'm surprised that more companies aren't doing this with Disney. Maybe it's because Disney's Disney and they're kind of scary to work with, especially if you're working big company wise. But like Tesla would really, for their humanoid robot, if they got like a partnership with Disney and actually made it like a human, I think Disney could like really make that a way more accessible or approachable robot. They visually made it look approachable, but the movements aren't approachable. And that's the thing that people will buy or fly from. And it's like, cool, it looks really cool, it looks awesome on stage, but I don't want to get near that because it will turn around and fling me across the room. Like, I don't trust my lawnmower without me holding on to it because that thing will chew me up, let alone a humanoid robot that can make and do dishes. Like, that thing's gonna accidentally step on a person's cat and they're gonna sue them to the moon and back. Like, there's
one of the things that Disney has always had fantastic skill with is their animatronics. I don't even remember how many hundreds, thousands of patents Disney has on animatronic technology. They do some really cool stuff that specifically is for making more biological movement in animations, or in animatronics, I should say, rather than the mechanical robots. I mean, even that dates all the way back to Walt's days. And I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff they've done lately with, like, you know, they built a couple Frozen rides based on the Frozen franchise. They have top of the line, state of the art animatronics that, like, the animation, the robot itself has kind of just this plain coating on it. It's like, basically it's a projection surface. It's gray. It's a little bit glassy. But it's a projection surface. They project the colors and like faces onto the animatronic as the animatronic moves around. So, like, all the little details and stuff are actually just, you know, 3D modeled and animated on a computer and just projected. They don't actually have to even build facial structure, but they can get the full range of facial animations and emotions out of it. So these things look incredibly lifelike. I mean, you know, as much as a you know, animated character can, but they're very expressive. You know, they convey emotion beautifully. And you're absolutely right. That is what Disney does. Disney does characters.
One
Like
of the
none
projects
other.
I did when I was in university, we worked with Case Western on a robot for a health organization, and it was with Rainbow's Baby Children's Hospital, and
Yeah, I know.
one of the things that we did is we as the art team, we were assigned to animate the facial expressions of the robot. And we referenced like Eve a lot for that, like how not necessarily Eve's expressions, but how the eyes float around in the dark space, and like how to really show like an emotion with minimal information. So what I really liked about Eve is that Eve had like this basically two eyes, and they're just like they float around in the space, and they show where she's looking, and up, down, left, right, squinting, mad, angry, happy. And that's one of the things that was really hard with DreeBot, is that the little face, the screen, we don't have much emotion room. So that's why when I saw the one artist do the little like emotes for us, I was like, oh, that's a clever little idea. It pushes away from using this as like a camera lens that's static, but maybe it could be still a camera lens. It just turns into the panel of the console, essentially, that you use to interact with DreeBot. But it's also the thing that it sees from.
Yeah.
But it allows us a little more flexibility. I really like how Portal handles Wheatley. Wheatley is not cute, or like the cute or the cores. They're not cute, but they show a lot of emotion and expression because they had the eyelids, which is really
the eyelids. Oh, how many pieces is that total? It's like 6 or 7 pieces. Right? Because they got the top eyelid, the bottom eyelid. That whole center eye structure can rotate. The eye itself has an iris that can open and close.
Yeah.
It's fairly complex little thing there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that green picture really shows it. The green core there.
And then
like,
you can even animate what the eye is doing. Like this looks like this like gives a character, so it's like almost like a cat eye. Whereas like this one's a little bit more generic and robotic. But
yeah, I think they never changed the style of it, but they definitely glowed differently.
No, they changed the style of the glow.
Within one core?
Oh no, not within the same core.
So like I'm saying that green one will always have the rectangle.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The iris.
Pupil.
Pupil.
Pupil. Yeah. The center of the iris. Yeah.
But yeah, you have the one ring out here, then you have the 2 flaps, and then you have the body. So it's really only 3 pieces, or I guess 4. Like 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Minus the technicalities of the paneling to glue everything.
I was thinking it was more, but yeah, like even with just that, they do a lot of range of motion. They make very good use of what they have.
For an engineer, a lot more pieces going on in here. But for like
the
technicalities of what's going on, it's like 4 pieces. It's body, basically a bigger motor, like a looking one, and then you've got the eyelid, top eyelid, bottom eyelid, and then you've got the actual like core screen.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not many other moving parts
Mhm.
until you actually try to build it, like that one guy does with GLaDOS. I watched that video, and oh my god, the amount of 3D printing and engineering that he had to do to reverse engineer the cores. Absolutely overkill, but really cool nonetheless.
That's what we engineers do.
I do appreciate the old one. They're so simple compared to the remakes.
Yeah.
They were literally just an eye with like a texture. they were a sphere with a little bit of like texture work from the artist and a color. And then the new ones were like, oh yeah, let's figure out how to animate all of that. And
I mean, you know, that they were a very minor element in Portal 1.
Yeah. I mean, they were
Right.
like the key thing to take down GLaDOS, but like
Yeah, it was literally just a container for a personality aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it didn't have to be complicated. Just a ball and sensory. Oh, there we go.
Ooh, that's nice. That's actually a really nice
Oh man.
GIF.
that is beautiful.
I want it. Give me Google.
See, that's what I'm thinking about. Like that, it's got the iris in it too.
Mm-hmm.
The iris and then the pupil inside that
Yeah.
has color.
The problem is with this, you see all the mechanics on the inside, kind of. DreeBot's empty. DreeBot's got like, it's kind of, it's a little dumb, and a little empty in there.
I actually really like that top view, that picture you had to the side there. That top. Sorry, no, the where your mouse is, that picture, that whole big picture, the eye part there. That is exactly what I had in my head in those first days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just a big glass front, and you know, to sound poetic for a minute here, the depths of the universe behind it. Like the dome section would show just one world, right? It's got a mountain, it's got some rivers. Maybe there's some little teeny animals running around. There's one world in there. That's not really the multiverse. But that glass front, and to call it glass is almost even too simple for what it is. And I'm thinking you look into that and you just get lost in depth forever. You know, blackness is as black as the night sky because it is space going on forever. You know, that is really the window into the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it, and there's, say, a light. And now, you know, if you look down more at the lower picture, dead center, you got that little circle, or circle-ish, dead center. Down. Dead center of that logo.
Oh, this guy? Sorry.
I'm just trying to avoid it now.
Wait, no, I'm just confused. Where?
So, the lower picture.
Yeah, the logo?
Yes, the logo. Dead center of the logo, there's that tiny circle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So now, picture that, like up at the top one. You look into this glass surface, and you look into the depths, and then there's just this little point of light that becomes a bigger point of light, and as you look at it, you realize it's not in the depths, it's in DreeBot. And that light, that little circle grows, and it becomes a face, or eyes, or whatever DreeBot wants to communicate to you. Does that vision kind of make any sense whatsoever? Like, kind of like those icons there, those emotes.
Mm-hmm.
If you look into DreeBot through that front viewport, you can see the depths of the multiverse. That is really its core that goes off and creates realities.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also an interface. Right? There's a way for DreeBot to see and be seen through that. That's kind of what's in my head. So, like, yeah, put anything on that front surface, and I think it'll work. That's I guess where I'm going with that. Like, I don't picture it as being a clear window, and it has to be a clear window. I don't picture it as being just a display, and it has to be a display. Like, that glass surface. Glass is a barrier, right? You have a window, you put your hand on the window, you can't really push through that window. There's glass in the way. Glass is a barrier. Well, it's the barrier between our reality and the multiverse. And is that a galaxy you drew inside there? Or multiple galaxies?
Well, could be whatever you want.
Exactly! Yes, it can be whatever you want. Looking into that dome, looking into that front thing, that portal, that porthole, I should say, like a ship, a porthole. Look into that, it has no end.
It's just a black hole.
Kinda. Yeah. But you can put stuff in front of it, like a face.
It's like Mickey Mouse's, or not Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny's infinity holes that he just slaps down.
Yep.
It just has the ability to display stuff.
Kinda.
It's if Bugs Bunny used his little hole thing, but it's actually an LED screen. Like a flexible.
Kinda, yeah. And that's why I like when you're saying, like, it's a camera lens or it's a face. Yes, it's both. And our universe is being seen through that barrier just as much as the multiverse is being seen from our side.
It just has little stars for eyes. I was also thinking of making this top part illuminate, like just kind of always have like a Buzz Lightyear glow to it. Maybe not the same green, but just
Not familiar with the Buzz Lightyear glow.
like, you know how Buzz Lightyear has like the glow in the dark.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like he glows when it's dark. I was thinking like this whole part would be like illuminated, essentially. Like it would always be lit up some way. And you can change the color of this like top part to be different. Like if it's mad, this is where the color will come from.
Yeah. Again, I'm picturing like a world inside the dome. It's always daylight in that world.
I mean, what if it's night?
It could be night there too. But the daylight, the illumination inside the dome is not related to the illumination outside the dome. Put it that way. Yeah. Words. And like, if the bot is gonna make it red illumination in this world, sure, why not? I note that James has not weighed in yet on the Kazoo issue. is
Sounds like we will be at a current standstill until that is confirmed and or denied.
yeah.
So, if we were to build this, I think the center, I guess, like, there should be like a core, like basically like a black hole core, almost like an anomaly. Don't actually know how you draw a black hole. Black holes
You don't. They're black holes. There's nothing.
You tell the artist who drew a black hole that.
So where's the black hole go?
You don't see it. It's just in there. That's how it's powered.
In where?
Ooh, it could be a white hole.
Now that would make sense.
Yeah, because that like expels things, right?
Yeah, so a black hole is basically just a location where gravity is so high, such high gravity because there's so much mass in such a small area that not even light can escape. So like are you sketching something you see in the picture? Yeah, that curve around it.
Yeah.
That's actually light coming from the other side of the black hole, and it looks distorted around the black hole itself because the curvature of space bends the path of the light and sends it off in weird directions. So you actually see a lens effect around the black hole. You don't actually see anything that passed through the black hole itself. Because once light goes into that radius, it can't come out.
Yep. I had to make a shader once for a 3D program that simulated the black hole, and that was complicated, cool, and actually weirdly, like, the getting it to work was really simple. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like the code of it was not complex. Like the getting the shader to work and the science behind how the shader actually works is beyond me, but the actual like simulating it or mimicking it is not actually that hard. It's like that was fairly elegant code. Granted, it was someone else did the hard work of actually making it, but I did learn a lot about black holes when trying to make my own. And yeah, like if you look at the code, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It wasn't too hard to follow. They just did a bunch of little shader tricks and lens flares and other gizmo gadgets, but like
so like that picture that you got there, like you're looking at the really famous picture. It's like orange, right? Yeah. So what you're actually seeing there is a point source, basically a point source, on the other side of the black hole. And what's happening is that light, so it's a star, opposite the black hole. So think like an eclipse.
Oh,
the black hole
actually,
between
what you're seeing is the star behind the black hole.
Right.
But
and the light from the star that would go past the black hole and normally would just continue in a straight line way out past Earth, we would never see it, right? But because the black hole is there, it bends the light around the black hole and points it more toward Earth. So we see the light coming in from a bigger angle than where it actually is. If you want, off to the side, draw a circle. They're gonna do a circle. Okay. I'll say about half that rate. Well, so that radius again. So half the height of the circle. Yep. Off to the top. Yeah. Draw a line there. Not a snowman. Yeah. Draw a line that curves downward to the right and left. Good. Nope, other way. It looks like a human eye, right? So you have a pupil in the center, that's the circle you drew, and then you got this big line left and right. Yeah, down, no. Nah.
You're trying to describe.
I'm trying to describe artsy things to an artist and failing miserably. I suppose I could actually share screen or something. I could do right drawings. Yeah. Let's do this. Whoop whoop whoop. Whoop whoop whoop. Whoop whoop whoop. Yeah. All right. I got my drawing program opened. Let me share screen. All right. Yeah. Real art. Oh yeah. The thing is, you have, I'll say, black hole here. I suppose I could actually use, circle. Black hole there. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And then we got light. Oh no, we got. You can see my screen, right? Yeah. Oh yeah! Look at that. That's great. So you got, and sizes are not to scale here at all, right?
I think that's a 1-to-1 scale for.
So normally the light from that star, right, would go into the black hole, disappear, and it would never come out again because it's a black hole, right? But some of the light is going to go just past it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't help because we got the pale blue dot, Earth, over here, right? Oops, blue dot, here we go. Yeah. So, light that goes past the black hole like that one's supposed to be orange. There we go. We're never going to see it because it's not going to hit us, right? We're never going to get that light. Well,
Gravity pulls it down.
through the magic of physics, you get the lensing effect, like that. Yes. Come on. It would help if I actually knew how to use paint for this kind of thing. Here we go. And then we got another one down on the bottom side here. Right? So we get that kind of lensing effect. So we can see some light. But from our perspective, we're standing on this little blue dot over here. And we look this way. And the picture that we see has this, instead of seeing just an orange star in the background, we see a giant orange circle like that big. But there's a black dot in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we're seeing is, we're seeing light coming in the top of around the black hole that gets bent down, light that's bending around the bottom, comes over here. The light that would normally come through the center, there's no light that can come at yeah. Let's see it. No. Whatever. there's no way that light can come straight at us from the black hole.
Yeah.
It can't curve to that angle. Right? So, like, this is not a thing that happens. Or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can't get light to curve backward. So we'll never see light coming in at this angle.
Mm-hmm.
So that section of the picture looks black to us because we can't see anything coming there. So that's the lensing effect. Is the light curves around the outside of the black hole, but not the middle. And the hard part is you're looking at this the light from this tiny little star back here expanded to this huge, massive area, and then on top of it's really, really, really far away because you got to look everywhere to try and find a black hole like this in this perfect eclipse arrangement, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thing that happens often.
And that's the specific thing is that's a weird eclipse. Like you literally have to have a black hole that is eclipsed. Yeah. A star eclipsed by a black hole. But yeah, like it is incredibly rare on a cosmic scale, but space is big. Things that are incredibly rare happen all the time. You just gotta find them. It's weird,
but because we find it so far away, and there's so little light actually involved, getting bent around this, take the light of a single star, a faint star, and blow it up to 200 times the area it normally is. That means each point in that area is 1/200th as bright as it normally would be. It's a really faint picture. So it took massive amounts of observations and data with telescopes, some really cool math and computing to put all of that data together into that image that you're seeing now. And that's what's really cool about it is we've known about gravitational lensing for a very long time. To a small, very small scale, we've seen it pretty often. But we've never directly been able to see it around a black hole. Yeah. I'm gonna stop sharing now. So that's what you're looking at there, is you're actually seeing the light behind the black hole warped around it, and I expect, of course, we can see like 30 or 40 of those if we look deep enough into that portal. Yeah.
So yeah, like it's weird because if you want it to be smooth from the side, going down like this is the best option. But if you want it to be smooth from the front, you have to do it upward. I mean, you can do it downward from the front. It's just a little bit weirder. Yeah. Like it's like a marble thing that's going on. But like if this is the side view, like it's counterintuitive to go upward.
Yeah.
Even though it kind of makes sense, but like how does that... Okay, there is a point of contact here, like... And then it'll go down. But yeah, if like this is the realm, this is like the base of it. I'm trying to figure out where all the tech goes though. Like where obviously this is magical sci-fi technology, we can do whatever we want. But there's some logic.
Everything, all of the computing hardware to control the multiverse fits into a matchbox.
Well,
And for you younger kids, that's not a very big space.
that's assuming that our technology needs to fit inside a matchbox.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm very good at building complex systems, but I get lazy after a while. I don't need to make it that big.
What if it's just a USB drive?
That's it. That's it.
Just one.
USB drive controls the multiverse.
Yep. It's like Lucy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Not actually seen it, Meyer.
The very end, spoilers, the universe is downloaded on a jump drive. This is not really a spoiler. You can't really spoil that movie because you just kind of gotta watch it. Very dumb premise though. They do all this work and essentially the very end of it, they're like, oh here, have a USB. It has Lucy's conscience on it somehow, somewhere. Not really hers, someone's. I don't know. But yeah, it's I'm happy that they used the USB format though, and not USB-C. The movie's already dated itself.
That's awesome. Yeah, I should watch that. In my spare time.
It's on my server if you ever need to watch.
Nah. Spare time. I mean, that's what I need.
So if I have a side view like this, and this is like the portal of the of DreeBot, and then this is like the core, I guess. Like the core might actually fit in here.
Yeah, I like that kind of concept.
And then the actual, like, this part is a little bit more mechanical right here. Can do something. Add some mechanics in there. And then this is sort of like the realm. The realm might even look like this, a little Minecraft.
Yeah.
World. I don't know what that is, but because there are limits to games, like you can't go on forever, but you can go pretty far in video games without breaking stuff.
I'm kind of picturing that, like, the world inside that dome.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily correspond to Cartesian space.
Yeah, it's like the infinite library that like fits inside like a bookshelf or like
Poincaré space.
The TARDIS from Doctor Who.
Kinda. So go look up a picture of Poincaré space.
What's it called?
Poincaré.
How do you spell that?
Poincare. That'll get you close.
Boincare. Okay. Looks like a new game.
No, P.
Oh,
P.
I thought you said B.
Although that's actually kind of a cool idea for a game, but I digress. Trying to approach the edge of a Poincaré space.
I think there's a game that it does that. There is a fractal game that does a bunch of different things with fractals. It's really cool. The guy also went ahead and made a fourth dimensional game. And if you want to hurt your brain for a little bit, try walking through that. Because like you want to try to make sense of it all, and then it just doesn't make sense when you think you got it. You're like, oh, the ball should fall there, and then you do it, and you're like, why? And the ball like shifted over in time a little bit, and you're like, dang it.
Yeah. So that second picture there, with the blue line going across, that blue line is perfectly straight.
Sir, I don't think you understand the definition of straight.
I don't think you understand the definition of poincaré. So, yeah, that's a great example of how it works. The red line that you see there, on that curved space, is perfectly straight on the curve. And projected down onto the disc, something like that, yeah.
Like, even though, I forget how they, where it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, sort of like this. Like, even though...
Right, those are straight lines that are curved.
Yeah, these are all straight. Like, it doesn't go up through here. It's actually going straight from this point to this point. It's just...
So it's exactly the same. It's because of curvature of the space itself. In a map on the Earth is curved. We know this. It is a fact. In Poincaré space, the space is that blue hyperbolic shape, and it goes on infinitely. Okay? Now, what's really cool is that there's no center to that hyperbolic space. It looks like there's one here, but really it's all hyperbolic.
This is actually... I know that there's probably a GIF around here, where it just keeps going. Like, you can see it. Yeah, so in that hyperbolic space, go back to that blue cone-looking thing. Do they not preview GIFs anymore? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so that's actually moving through the space. Well, sort of. That's turning around. That's not really helpful. Oh yeah, those are good. Those are good. So like the bottom, the bottom center there, right? Those lines all come together at one point, and they are all straight lines. Okay? And in fact, what you're actually seeing in all of those pictures is the same drawing.
Yeah.
Those are all straight lines that come together at one point, and that they are all rotating around that point. But because of the way that the space curves, it looks weird like that. Like they're curving and bending as straight lines, but they really aren't.
Yeah.
Parallel lines in a Poincaré space look like concentric circles. Oh. Yeah. But that's kind of how like I picture the world inside DreeBot, inside the dome. Actually, that's a great example right there.
Yeah.
Those are squares. Like all of the colored areas are squares, and the white lines make perfect squares as well. If you actually measure the angle between each of those corners, they're 90 degrees. They may not look like it, but trust me, they are. And they all have the same area as well. But because the space-time curves, as you get closer to the edge of the space, space-time is curved so much that there's actually a limit to how far in the outer dimension how far you can travel outside. Inside the space, it's infinite.
Mhm.
So kind of that's what I picture inside DreeBot's head, or inside that dome area. Is like it's looking in on a realm, and you happen to see where the Minecraft dude is. Yes. Kind of the opposite of that effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, you happen to be looking down at where the player is. But the whole world is actually contained inside that dome.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There's actually a shader that does this, where it's like, this is the world
Exactly.
view, like it's just like this.
Yep.
But it like curves to the edge, but obviously this is Minecraft, so you can keep going. But this is not the curve of the world. This is
Just shade.
Ironically, it's on a flat world. But yeah, no, it's a flat world, and it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to the edge. I'm trying to figure out what that mod is called.
That's kind of what I picture inside the head. Like, ooh, go down a little bit more. What's that one? Nah, not quite.
It's specifically this one, I think, is what I'm looking for.
So you were talking about your university project. Back in my day, I wrote some software that would map Cartesian geometry into space.
Yeah, here we go.
So like you could take a picture of a world, just a massive, massive bitmap, and actually render it in that more gray space. And that's kind of what I picture there.
I need to do an awful lot these last few days.
I guess today we are not going to watch YouTube videos. The internet said otherwise. But yeah, it's like, even though you're looking at it, it does keep going on, but this is the only thing you can see.
Yeah.
Like it wraps behind itself almost. Also, the main reason the antenna is the way it is just because the circle needed some, just artistically, it needed something to break up the roundness of it. Otherwise, it just looks like a ball.
Right.
Plus, it fit into the DreeBot really nice. The logo looks.
Yeah.
Text.
They are. And having a good logo, that's what's important.
Something memorable, recognizable. But I am not drawing a hyperbolic tessellation Pondare space simulation inside every doodle of DreeBot.
Do it.
Does he have a little like exhaust out in the back? Just making noise sound.
For you making my robot fart?
No. Absolutely not.
Mm.
Why would I do that? See, Eve is so easy. Eve is an oval. And you know what you do? You do this, and then boom, 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 boom. Eve. DreeBot. There. The quick doodle. Long story short, with the university thing that I was working on is yeah, it does faces, and it was really cool. The teacher liked it. We got an A. A lot of focus on the expressions though. It made kids like it a lot more because it was supposed to talk to kids. And I'm doing the old man thing where I leaned on my arm too long in one direction, and I cramped up or something, like a muscle's tight. And I'm so upset that I have to say that because I don't want to be old. Not like that.
Old man, huh? You want to say those words around me again? Right, man.
So this module, it like this comes up and goes over, and then comes down, and that's like the body. And we built that. That's already pre-built. And then there's a dome. And that is also built.
And then there's a credit card reader, and we haven't gotten there yet.
You mean energy? The light
yeah.
that powers DreeBot?
Yeah. It'll be a big thing when we get actually going ability.
Yep. It'll help a lot. It's like this weird fishbowl thing that's on top of DreeBot is the dome. Because you don't want any sharp edges on a piece of glass. I'll make some engineer cry when this becomes famous enough that a cosplayer wants to make it. Because they're gonna look at this and be like, I have to mold glass in this way? What? I'll be like, yes. That is the only way.
So I was picturing kind of like stuck on being outside the dome. I don't know if that makes sense.
I thought about that too, but I was also thinking of it just being like this kind of nub in the glass. Like it could just be like on the front of your car, how like when you don't have an antenna on your car, it's like put right behind your rear view mirror. It's just a bunch of wires on the glass. Could be something like that too. Trying to think futuristically too.
Can you back up a little bit? After that video drawing you did? Right there, the pop. Yep, that one. Right behind that ore, you have a angle heading downward.
Mm-hmm.
On that angle, about halfway down, think of like a template or a truncated cone. And now come on top of that. get rid of the top of that. Yeah, that kind of shape, right? Almost kind of like you picture like a some kind of socket or port, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put one of those on the back of that core on the top surface. Like right there. Go up a little bit more. Up. No. Oh no, other side of that surface. Sticking out into the dome area. Here's what I'm thinking. Let me pull up my great drawing program again. Oh yeah. I'm gonna pull up the. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Do. Like yeah. I got that dome out there. I got the dome up here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking like lines on this. Like it's a knobby kind of thing. And I'm a great artist. Yep. And the thinking thought is that's your laser pointing to the weird nubby focusy thing.
Oh yeah.
So when I say it's a port emitting kind of thing, yeah, it's a emitting port kind of thing. Yeah, I'm an engineer. You tell me there's a laser. I'm gonna figure out where to put the laser.
Okay, so we have this little module box thing, the most boxy part of it. Because engineers don't care what it looks like on the inside, as long as the outside looks pretty.
That's right.
Makes the artist happy. What's the DreeBot laboratory called? I'm thinking it should be like a white core. That would fall in line with like light, and it being like a white hole. That's kind of a cool idea because then it can project like this screen almost. And I say screen loosely, but like this portal area.
Surface.
You look into.
I like the word barrier. I like putting the barrier word in there. I like it. But yeah, that side. Okay.
Barrier. And then. So if you're looking into here, you can see everything in this, and basically this like little lens or this barrier thing allows people to interface with this infinity thing, and then this laser shoots up and does something with the antenna. I don't know, magic.
Magic.
And that's what like casts all the stuff in the actual dome. Like that.
Yeah.
It's like the laser bounces off that little antenna part, and then that gets like bounced around, and that's how you see that's how you interact and like stuff.
I'm liking that.
Because like this thing is too complicated to interact with. This laser kind of like takes a piece of this. This is
focusing. It's a focusing device. It lets you focus in on one particular reality in the multiverse. Whereas from the front, you can see everything.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my god, it's full of stars. Right? You can see everything in infinite depth.
Mm-hmm.
That emitter port thing. I'd call it a focuser. Or a focus unit. Go with that. Lets you... No, it lets DreeBot focus in on one particular realm in the multiverse and project its reality out into the dome. So, tying into the updates we're making, I built that! We can focus in on Terraria realms and project parts of it out into the realm, into the world.
Neat. Here, we'll put a little patent by Scott.
How am I doing on the marketing thing? Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, we can't have our Aperture Labs without some lore, without some logical sci-fi anomalies and epicness.
Exactly.
And then,
I'd say, like, we're never going to have to say exactly how DreeBot does what it does. But it does what it does. It does it well.
it's almost.
What was with the line?
I don't know what that was. If you get the reference, you get the reference.
I don't think I get that.
No, you missed out.
Okay. It happens.
Okay, so we've got our little core thing. This is a side view. Just so I remember. The front view, well, obviously we know what that is. It's just gonna be like a circle. And, whatever you want here.
Yep.
So that's not hard. The back part.
So at some point you want to make like a trailer video for DreeBot, right?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. That'd be fun.
Alright. Director Scott here. The view opens, you see front of DreeBot. And yeah, I'm gonna totally do the thing where I'm like every move of the camera is panning, right? That's the thing. Pan forward. Yeah, I'm thinking like, you know, the view goes in toward that portal. And it's a universe. There are worlds inside there. Many worlds flying past you. Infinite space. And then, yeah, view comes back out, and there's the robot again. I wonder how hard it would be to actually build something like this.
The curves make it incredibly hard.
Yeah.
This isn't it. Darn. Is it Blender or Unreal? There's like a really cool fake car that someone made, and I can't remember if it was Blender or Unreal, and it's just such an incredible like showcasing of like hype, like a trailer for a car that doesn't exist, and you're like, that's a cool trailer. That's a cool car.
I'll be right back. Just
Yeah, here it is. I'm streaming on far too many devices right now. Oh jeez. Yeah, YouTube is not doing it today. Yeah, like doing a showcase like this would be really cool.
Alright, I'm back.
Like this, I don't know if you see on stream.
Yeah, I see it.
Like do like a trailer demo like this.
Yeah.
Slow pans everywhere, super clean, glassy look. Some
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the the exact target demographic, but it would be really cool. You know who did a really good advertisement series, or like an ad campaign, 5 Gum, when they did the senses. They absolutely killed it with that. Like, at least artistically, they nailed it. I don't know how well it did through the numbers, but I think their CEO was like, that's not our target demographic. We want to hit someone who's a little more chill, a little more vibe, not the Axe body spray demographic. Or at least they wanted to spread out from just the Axe body spray demographic. And I'm like, you guys should have leaned into that.
Yeah.
And they stopped doing it, and now nobody knows what 5 Gum is anymore.
Yep.
Which, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, go watch the 5 Gum commercials. It'll be the first thing that pops up. Experience your senses. I'm gonna go and try to 3D model this later, and I'm gonna hate myself because I'm gonna be like, why? This doesn't make sense. This is not how, like, there's no physical way you could possibly ever do this.
It's fine.
It's gonna be the Mickey Mouse head of things, where it's like, that can't actually align. That there's no way you can align that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just add a bunch of Foley, and just like the Death Star, just cover it with nuts and bolts.
On the inside.
No, on the outside. You've seen the Death Star, right? Like,
yeah.
The designers of that literally had nuts and bolts and like random like toys that they just glued
I know.
to the side. Yeah. And that's how you make things look.
Oh, the greebling.
Yeah, greebling. That's the word. I forgot
Yeah.
what it's
All of the greebling, which is all of the greebles attached to the outside. I'm familiar with it. Don't like it. I'm
I'm not
familiar with
saying,
it.
like, put it on the outside of DreeBot. I'm saying put it on the inside for the...
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like on the inside, yeah, go nuts.
Yeah. DreeBlade.
Outside, clean and shiny.
Yeah. So, whatever all that means.
Well, clearly the one is the turbo encabulator.
This one?
Hmm? No, the turbo encabulator. It's over on the left. Down.
Right there?
That's not the left.
Okay. Well, I'm dyslexic.
Sure, that's the one. That's the turbo encabulator. Are you familiar with the turbo encabulators?
Nope.
It's something of a running joke in engineering. Go look on YouTube for turbo encabulator. You'll see probably a couple dozen videos, and they're well made. Dating back several decades, I think, at this point. Yeah, it's engineers talking about their latest creation, the turbo encabulator.
Very real. Must have.
Doobie bits. Gotta have the doobie bits.
Add a little depth in there. Add some nuts and bolts. Okay, what else am I missing? Okay, the legs. Gross. I have to figure out how to add those. The legs have a little magic going on in them. There's some Eve technology. That's how I'm gonna connect the legs. That's the Deus Ex Machina 300 gigahertz processor.
That's it?
Or 3000 gigahertz processor.
Close enough.
3000 gigahertz processor. Double O is
Here we go.
important. The worst part is, the more I draw, the more rules I have to make. So are you currently working on like security stuff, or are you working on like functionality stuff, like the realm?
Yes.
Gotcha.
What I'm currently working on is the telemetry.
Gotcha. You have a shiny new tool. You might as well get that up and running.
That's the idea. The problem is I want to have telemetry that is accessible to us and not to the world. So yes, security playing into that a lot. Trying to figure out how to properly do that. Which oddly enough is something I have not really done before. Like I've done data flows in and out of clusters, no problem. I've done it with multiple security boundaries in one cluster, no problem. But what I've actually done before is literally everything coming into a cluster comes from a specific source. So it's very easy to filter that down and just say this source goes to this target. This source, this target. Very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Getting it generally available so that we can have incoming traffic go to all the games, all the realms. Except this one particular source goes over here to the management system. That's different. I don't want to say it's actually harder. It's just different, so I want to make sure that I'm doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna stream again because you know this is gonna be awesome. Alright, I'm gonna stream again. You ready for this? I love it. There we go. Go ahead, pull that over, share that with the world. This terrible thing. This is back for anyone who, again, when we're famous and we're trying to, yeah, this is back in the early days of logo. Like, you can see, I like things that were, whoops, I'm drawing there. Perfect. I tried to have a perfect hexagon. We just don't need to talk about most of this going on over here. This were just bad. But
D&D does not make a very good...
Nope, does not make a good logo. Nope, I learned that lesson. Nope. So, got rid of that. Got the top part over here. I like this too. I kind of like this. This had little arms down below here. That worked out. See the world inside there. We got some trees. We got some buildings. A little mountain, a stream, bigger tree, and a rocket. Because rockets. I actually drew this side first, and then I doubled the eye. So it had this little rock here. This little black rock. And then I put the other eye and completely cover it. And then I think you came up with a sketch with one big eye,
Mm-hmm.
and that turned into this. And again, you can see, yeah, this this side, that dimension is the same as that dimension, which is the same as that radius, which is the same as the height of the leg. All of those perfect sizes that I like so much. Yeah. And then I think you looked at this and said it's a Pokeball with legs. Ah, right.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was the end of that logo.
Not a bad starting point, though.
Starting point, yeah. It was a concept.
Not hours of thinking and working on it and perfecting it.
Look, I am not the artist, okay? I'll go back to my security stuff.
I mean, you could put me in charge of security. We won't have any data breaches because I won't remember the password.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not in charge of the security. There we go. That makes sense. That's very accurate. If you ever want to make something look fancy or look a little bit more professional, just give it a thick border on the outside. And
Good to know.
It'll just make it stand out more.
Hmm.
It's not like a foolproof method, but it works for most things. It adds contrast. Oh, you're done streaming? Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
This is a poorly drawn shape. But, oh well. It's not technical drawing. Yeah, I'm not gonna figure out how the legs work. Legs are gonna be a mystery. I already did that. See, that's
That's
how they
it?
work. This is how the feet work.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
They have a little rocket propulsion in there. It's got a thumb that gets like hidden away in there. And it's got some fingies so that when we have animators who come and animate this thing, it'll have something to interact with.
I'm kind of just picturing, like, you know, R2-D2, where whatever it needs for the plot just magically appears out of some door that may or may not have existed previously.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A seamless panel opens up, rocket comes out, DreeBot flies.
Just like Eve.
Exactly.
This looks like a slime. It's cute. Looks like the Dragon Quest slime.
Yep.
Oh no, I've hit buttons. What is going on? Something is definitely clicked on and I have made a mistake.
Alex, what are you looking at? We see it all over here.
No, I have hit, there's a sticky key somewhere, and it still thinks I'm pressing it, and mistakes were made. Jesus. Go back to your screen. Hey, Krita finished.
It's...
I installed Krita because I was about to get really pissed if I couldn't figure out this Adobe thing. I was like, screw you and your cheap software technology. I say cheap, but it's the most expensive thing I pay for each year. It makes me cry.
Yeah.
If I... The only thing honestly keeping me from completely shifting over is InDesign files, which InDesign is so powerful and nobody has created a competitive alternative. I say that's very specifically as a competitive alternative. There is alternatives and they're good. They are just not as good
Not
as
the same.
InDesign. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
and yeah. And Adobe knows it. And the worst part is Adobe doesn't even update InDesign. They do, but it's such a back burner project. They put so much focus on Photoshop. So anything that like InDesign gets updated with, it like they're still using like plugins from ages ago. Like they kind of just slap updates to make sure that it's still somewhat functional with today's tech, but ultimately they're like, yeah, this is done, we don't need to touch it, and you're like, please update it. It needs so many updates, there's so many things. I actually sent in like 1,000 different, like, because it kept crashing on me, so I kept sending in like every single time it crashed on me with this very particular situation where if I open a file with an alternative layout, and this is something you can do in InDesign, if you open a file and then you try to edit a link on the alternative file, it would just crash Photoshop or InDesign. And I'm like, I'm the only person utilizing InDesign in this way, so I'm like the only person complaining about it. But it was so integral to like the pipeline that I had that I was setting up, and it was just so annoying that like it should have worked. All of the tech was there to work, and there was one bug that just crashed all of InDesign and made it so it was impossible to get it to work right. Made me so upset. And I'm like, Adobe, please just fix your program. And now I don't know why is my clickies not working. Jesus. See, why is Control Z not doing Control Z things? It is. Okay. Oh, wait. What the? I have pressure sensitivity. I have my E button. Or am I gonna open something? What the fuck? What am I clicking? I don't know what's open now that like, or what like is sticky keying, and it's very annoying. Oh, maybe because I locked this.
Am I still on mute? Yeah, I'm on mute.
You are unmuted
Yeah.
now.
Can't help you with the sticky keys. But I do need to drop. I don't know if I'll be able to be on much this weekend.
Just to go over while I have you, is that macro updates, micro updates thing that I posted correct, or should I refine this and be more, or like?
I can look at it late tonight.
Okay.
Maybe be real certain. It looked okay. I didn't read real close.
I eyeballed a lot of it, and just kind of made some silly translations. But Yeah, if we're gonna go.
Oh, okay. So those are not necessarily things that are done. This is just how you're gonna present them when they are done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that confused me because I was like, wait, we don't have that feature yet.
No. This is what like I'm trying to show off is what we're working on, and
Okay,
the
yeah.
roadmap is what
Yeah, micro
I should probably
building.
change this. There we go.
Yeah, so not sure about the ears part.
I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the ears. I was
But
just
yeah.
following the analogy of body parts.
Yeah, so actually taking the art you're doing now into effect, like that what did we call it? Focus unit, right?
The focus unit.
Like I'm picturing that is the part that looks into the multiverse and sees a realm and then brings it out into the dome to project and let us see it. Let us see it. Right? That's what we built. We built the focus unit. That's the eyes. Yeah, configure realm. Ooh, what's that? Oh, is that the focus unit thingy?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw.
Yeah. Was it Stargate? Have you ever watched Stargate SG-1?
No.
Oh, you're missing out, man. It's excellent sci-fi. I think that's what I'm picturing. They have like a projector system in an alien planet that once it's activated, there's like this single beam that comes up like 6 feet, and then it splits out and goes and projects 3D holograms all around, right? It's, ancient alien technology stuff. I'm kind of picturing that for the emitter. Look for Heliopolis. Stargate Heliopolis.
With an H?
H. Helio. That one. Oh, yep, repository. Ooh, to the right. The yellow, or yeah, that thing. Like when that comes on, if I remember right, there's like this beam of light that comes up the top.
Oh, yeah.
And then stuff appears.
Ooh, I could reference this.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying I actually use that kind of design, but like that's what I'm picturing, but with the antenna being that point where everything kind of splits and goes down. But like the focal unit looks into the multiverse on the backside that we can't see, right? And then it projects out the top to the antenna, and then sort of holograms, appear inside the dome. But they're not really holograms. It's the real reality is there. Yeah. And stuff, and magic, and things.
I am okay with adding some, when was, Stargate?
Oh. Dude, the first season of Stargate, all their computer screens are CRTs.
Almost like Star Wars. At least Star Wars, they threw up some glass panels and threw like stickers on those.
Well, so it's cool. Like, slowly over the course of several seasons, like it was a plot point when they upgraded their technology. Right? Like, at one point, they're just like, "Yeah, we upgraded the computer. It can do so much more now." And it still wasn't good enough. So then, like, they encounter actually very similar to that Heliopolis thing. Ancient technology full of knowledge. But it instead of projecting information, it kind of downloads it into the lead's head. And yeah, he puts some new software into their main computer, and they the next season, they're trying to figure out what the new software does. It just somehow magically works, and of course by that point he's lost the knowledge, and he has no idea what he did. But they're like, it doesn't seem to break. Everything's fine. It's great. And then, the big evil aliens show up, and everybody's fighting wars and saving planets and things like that. Sci-fi. Yeah, highly recommend it. If you ever have, a couple thousand hours of spare time, definitely go check it out.
I always have those.
Yeah.
It's in my time dilator. It's a room, and it just dilates time. Makes things go faster or slower depending on when I need it. But will not go in reverse, and will not go in the future.
That would actually be really nice to have. Just go in there. I'll take a 10-minute nap for about 12 hours, and I'll be good.
Yeah, just come out, refreshed, you're all good. Hey, you could even program in there.
Yeah.
I would say the soft limitation is you can only spend 24 hours in there at a time. And then you have to exit, and you
24 of whose hours?
Of your hours. Like you as a human.
I can only experience 24 hours at a time.
Yeah, in
Okay.
that space, and then you have to let it recharge for 24 hours. So you have to be in reality for 24 hours. And then you can go in and extend your pseudo extending your life, but yeah. So
I would throw it the other way. I'd say you're not extending your life.
Yeah, you're short.
Yeah.
Oh, you lose 12 hours if
Well, so think of it like
do it.
Like I am in normal space right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go into this room and I set it to the absolute maximum setting so that outside time is basically stopped.
Yeah.
While I get to have 24 hours all to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I lay down, take a nap. I wake up 12 hours later. I do some programming on the little laptop that I brought in with me. We'll assume I have a battery or something that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Alarm starts going off. All right, time to leave. I have now experienced 24 hours of time myself, right? My body has aged 24 hours in itself. I have discharged that battery for 24 hours. I leave that room, come back to the real world, and maybe 5 minutes have passed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, my body aged 24 hours in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I would. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
You just explained it better. Yeah.
I may have thought about some of these things.
Apparently, there's a theory that is. I can't tell if it's been proven or what about it, but they said that anything that you're not looking at or experiencing does not exist. And I was like, that's something I thought about in middle school walking home.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how, the validity of that or what science, what paper is.
That's not quite how it works.
Because I don't know about that one. Also, that would be really lonely.
So, the idea is there's two ways to think about it. First thing is, from your perspective, you cannot be certain that anything you are not observing does not exist, right? So, like, right now, you are hearing sounds coming out of your headset, right? I'm talking. Or at least you think I'm talking. You are not directly observing me. The reality is, I was absorbed into a computer system 6 years ago, and I'm just very good at pretending still be alive.
I mean, there's nothing that is improving you
And
against it.
And you can't prove otherwise as long as you are not directly observing me.
Correct.
Now, okay, that's a silly philosophical argument, right? Because I'm pretty sure I'm still alive and I think I'm still a human. Here I am. I am here, and in the past 6 years, all I've done is put on some weight. But from a theoretical physics standpoint, it actually has a little bit more merit. Everything that we know of that exists, in terms of like matter or energy, that interacts with something else in some way. Right? To the point where you could literally say that, take an electron for instance. The definition of an electron is how it interacts. Like, it carries such and such an electric charge, because it's an electron, right? It's what it does. So, if you have a particle that is not interacting with anything in any way, it's reasonable to say that that particle doesn't actually exist. Which has some interesting implications for things like, what is the edge of space? What happened before the Big Bang when space itself was smaller?
Mm-hmm.
Like, space is expanding. Like, the actual universe itself is expanding. And it's expanding everywhere. Like, the space inside Earth, the actual underlying fabric of the universe. What was the Earth size yesterday is now bigger. And Earth itself seems to have shrunk a little bit, because space grew and Earth really stayed the same size. But with space growing, it seems like it shrank. Which is a little weird, but gravity pulled it together. And
You pull yourself
more
together,
than
gravity.
overcame. Yeah, more than overcomes the expansion of space. And we can see this in the light from stars, right? Because the stars are far enough away that by the time the light gets to us, it has the space that the light was traveling through expanded. So that's redshift. The light leaves a distant star, and let's say that it's blue, right? Blue light at a certain high frequency. And by the time it reaches us, it's red light.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's exaggerated, but that's the idea. And like, if we were actually closer to the source star, even if we don't think we're moving in relation to Earth, right, we would be seeing a different color of light just because we're further away.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Everything is moving away from everything else. Space is expanding, right? So, at the very boundaries of where it's expanding, if such a place exists, what happens there? What if you have a particle that is outside that boundary and literally cannot interact with anything inside our universe? Does that particle even actually exist? If there's something there but it doesn't interact, is it really a thing? Is there actually anything there in any way that makes meaningful sense? And it's weird because then you think about it the other way. If you have something that interacts but isn't actually there, is it actually there? Which is leading to some really cool ideas, like understanding that this is mostly sci-fi interpretations of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you could create, gravity, right? Pull yourself together. Gravity comes from mass, right? Mass distorts space-time, causes things to fall toward it. That's gravity, right? What if you could simply create a location in space with extra gravity? Like, that space 25 feet in front of me, I'm going to raise the amount of gravity field there. If you could manipulate that and, do it appropriately with all the different forces and interactions, you're basically creating matter from nothing, which would be weird. Because something that interacts like matter is essentially, by definition, matter. That's some cool theories. I'm not going to say that they're necessarily meaningful. Oh, hey, it's in blue. Giving it the aperture science blueprint treatment.
The old blueprint lookaroo. Yeah. This part doesn't work as well.
Not so much.
So you invert it. Like that.
It's 7:30. I'm going to go ahead and drop off. I'll be on later tonight. Probably really late tonight. Like maybe tomorrow. I got stuff going on tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to keep trying to work toward the telemetry access stuff. And yep.
Sounds like a plan.
We are slowly working toward getting telemetry details. And from telemetry, we can get some automation in place. From automation, we get things like efficiency. And efficiency leads us to, hopefully, cheaper operations.
Yeah, eventually.
We can pass the savings on to the customer. Yay!
Eventually, it'll be we don't have to do anything, just like Apple
Exactly.
and Microsoft and Google. They don't.
Those guys don't have any staffing at all.
Nope, not at all.
Yep.
Or we could be like, who doesn't have staffing? Valve. They don't have staff.
I'm really not convinced that they do. I think it's just Gabe Newell just sitting at his desk, and every so often he just calls up someplace in China and is like, "Hey, a new piece of hardware, get the logo on it. You know what to do." And then just bam, new hardware comes out. So.
That man lives on a different plane of existence. Like, and that's not like me trying to put him up higher, but like he's playing
Just
a
so out
different
there.
game from every other CEO. Like Elon Musk has to play the investor game and be nice and shit. Like Gabe Newell just hides in his like office, plays games and makes games, and literally shows up like one day at the office and is like, "We're doing this," and then leaves and has like just a little booklet of purely concise information and exactly how he wants it. And is like, "Make this exist."
You know what the worst part is, though? It works.
It does, and I don't hate Gabe for that. There's other things that you could probably say he's not a great person for, but like of all the billionaire CEOs out there, he's the least
You're right.
painful one because he doesn't talk. He doesn't go out there and talk and makes everybody cringe. He's just like, I show up, I do shit, and I run a company. And he makes a lot of money doing it. He does what he needs to do. And you just don't hear about it. It's in like the line of Warren Buffett, but Warren Buffett does even less than Gabe Newell. Like Warren Buffett's just super lucky gambler, while like Gabe Newell's actually somewhat smart. I say somewhat smart because I don't know how behind the scenes of work he passes off on someone who actually is under him who figured shit out. But
you say Warren Buffett, and the first thought in my head is Jimmy Buffett. It's a little different.
Yes. Warren Buffett just played a really good gambling game, and got out on top. Not to say that he isn't bad at gambling, but he's really good at placing his chips. Whereas I feel like Gabe Newell, he designed the table that you play the chips at.
He's the house now. He takes his cut.
No,
he doesn't need to play the game.
No, he doesn't. And I think the guy who did Minecraft, Marcus Pearson, he's starting to get back into the game. He's starting to create a new thing, and I just hope people don't scare him away, because he's doing like Valheim. He's doing like Minecraft meets Valheim.
Okay.
And I don't know if the world's gonna receive it very well. He's never really made entirely great games, but there's one that he did really well, and you just can't live up to that. That's the problem. So you just have to create things that aren't Minecraft. But the thing is his flavor of like design, like his personal design flavor is Minecraft. Like that is his entire embodiment, is creating Minecraft generative worlds. But the problem is we've kind of covered all the bases that Minecraft hasn't. And unless he's ready to open up like No Man's Sky's next ambitious project, which is like recreate a world and then make World of Warcraft, but in a randomly generated world, I don't think he can add anything to the industry that's unique, and it's only going to disappoint people. Like, he's going to have fun making something. I don't care what he's making, but there's nothing that he can add to the industry that is going to uniquely influence it at this point. I could be wrong. He might release something really awesome, and I really hope I am wrong. I just don't see it happening. I think he kind of peaked. Like, you just can't go up from Minecraft. But I could eat my words in 10 years when he releases his next project, and it is the next Stardew Valley, Minecraft, Terraria project. But, I mean, the guy who made Tetris hasn't really done it, so I don't know. But Tetris also owns Tetris still, so that was smart on him. What was I looking for? Oh yeah. How do I save this? Sorry. Is this marketing or is this mascot? I think this is mascot.
I don't know, but I was supposed to drop a while ago, so I'm gonna drop now. Talk to you later, and yeah, keep building stuff. Take care, y'all, and anyone in the future who might see this, take care too. Bye.